Hi, in today's video, we're going to first insert a column in a pandas data frame, which is a sum of two other columns. We're then going to insert another column in a pandas data frame, which is a multiple of two columns. And then we'll also add a third column, which is a cumulative total of a column in pandas data frame. And in the end, we'll write the data frame to an Excel file. So let's jump straight into the calculation. And in this setup, as you can see, I have got multiple lists. So another thing which I want to show you in this video is how to create a pandas data frame using multiple lists. So one very helpful thing you could do is you could zip the lists into another list. So let me just show you this command I have here. Here what we are doing is the order you want the columns to appear in, you put the lists in that order. So each of these are these here. And then when you zip them, it then is placed into a list function here. So if I print this, you will see an interesting thing. So what is happening here is we got a tuple which is formed of the zip function has taken an element of each of these lists. And in this case, the first one, which is milk and litters in 5 and 10, and parse them into a tuple. So, and then we pass this list, which is essentially this piece of code, into a data frame method where we say this data is equal to this bit, or this bit I've just shown you. And then we have given the names of the columns again. A bit of attention is needed. The column names have to match the order in which the lists have been read so that the column headings appear to be the same. So let's print this data frame. We don't actually need this. So let's print this data frame quickly. So as you can see, we have successfully created a data frame from multiple lists. Now that we have done that, you can see from the data that we've got a bunch of quantities for some items, and some quantities are for north, and we've got some quantities for south region. So first we want to add a column which is the sum of these two columns. Pretty straightforward to do in pandas. So to add a column, you do essentially this. You so df square brackets, and let add the column name you want to show. In this case, we want to show a column name quantity, which would be df square brackets, and we start calling the columns we want to perform operations on. So I want to add quantity north column to quantity south column in a column which is called quantity, which is supposed to be the total quantity. So let me print this df and see if it does. We think it should do. Yes, so you can see a quantity column has been added, which is the sum of quantity north and quantity south. Okay, so now we have the quantity and we have the price. We can actually calculate the sales, so which is just multiplying these two again. Pretty straightforward, very similar method. So now we need, let's say, sales, and we need to multiply df column price multiplied by df column quantity, and this is the column we have just created. So let's print this df. Sorry, I made a small mistake here. As you can see, this price is not, this is prices, so I just need to add an s here, and hopefully this should work right. So it works. Now that we have created a pandas data frame, we have added an addition column, we've added a multiplication column, and now we're going to add a cumulative sum column for sales because we want to know what is the total sales for all of these items. To do this, because we want to add a new column, so we'd say df uh, cumulative sale, and this is df sales dot com sum x's is equal to 0. I'm going to print the df again and let's see what happens. So right, as you can see, we have the additional column here, which is pretty neat. And now I think the last thing we wanted to do in this video is to write this data frame to an Excel file. So I have another video on this and I'll share a link to that in the video description. Uh, but it is pretty straightforward. We're saying df2 underscore Excel and we provide the file path where we want the file to go and we say the sheet name. So let's run this and see what happens. So right, so going to the right location, you can see that it has been printed to Excel. Let's just format it to show you exactly what happened. I just need to wrap this. And you can see it's pretty straightforward to bring the whole data frame into Excel as well. Hope you liked. I hope this video was useful, and please drop any comments in the description, and I'll try to respond to them. Thank you. Bye.